Hello, welcome to another episode of For the Record. So, for this video, I want to do this one on Slipknot Vol.3. This is an original pressing. This is one I bought, I think, maybe a couple years ago. So, Subliminal versus is the third studio album heavy metal band Slipknot, released on May 25th, 2004, Roadrunner Records. A special edition contained bonus tracks, which was released on April 12th, 2005. It was a 2-disc set. It was produced by Rubin. Following the band's tour to promote its second album in 2001, speculation regarding the future began. Some band members hardly already been involved inside projects, including Stone Sour and Murder Dolls. They moved to the mansion to work on this album. The band was unproductive. Lead vocalist Corey Taylor was drinking heavily. Nevertheless, the band managed to write more than enough material for a new album. Volume 3 is created. One thing about this album too, sorry I'm bad at reading shit, but this does not contain an explicit lyrics sticker, because there is no profanity in this. But if you get the special edition double disc, there is a parental advisory sticker on that one. Only because the bonus tracks do have heavy profanity, and Corey Taylor said that when he did this album, he wanted to refrain himself from using profanity. Like, he's always been heavily, what's that word there? He relied on using profanity in most of his songs. Like, he always, that's the language that he used in a lot of it. So, this one is not a perfect copy by any means. As you can tell, that part of this is bent right here, unfortunately, and it goes through even to the other side. And if you look right here, it's all busted up. Got some bangs and dings around here. But the thing I can say is I got this for pretty cheap, and that this plays all the way through. I did have to clean it first because it was dirty as fuck. Like, I don't understand when I buy certain albums like this. Yes, they're old, they've been sitting around forever, but take care of your shit. I just don't understand it. And then, I fucking hate that thing. It's so annoying. Right here, it's all fucking dinged up right there, as you can tell. So, it did come with the inserts, which is nice. Each side has one. I will show you side C and D. This isn't my favorite Slipknot album, but it's not the most hated. I do like All Hope Is Gone more than this one. And I just barely got an original I Hope Is Gone not too long ago. I was super, super thankful for that. I actually got that for around the same price I paid for this. There's a Clown's Mask. And then, I believe this is the same album that has Pulse of the Maggots, which is a song for the fans. And it was originally supposed to be about them, and then they rewrote it a couple different times. It also had a different track title. Let me see here. I do have it here. I know it's around here somewhere. It was called Trigger's Yarn, but then they went in a whole different direction. Joey said that he had a name for the song, but no lyrics. From there on, they started to write the song about, fans and everything like that. This is a really great album. This is the first album they used acoustic guitar on 2 different tracks. Vermilion Part 2, and I forget where the other one is. trying to see because it's right in front of me, but I have to read it all. And then there was the other thing too, where before I forget, Impulse, no, acoustic guitar of styles such as songs as Pulse of the Maggots and Before I Forget. Okay, so that's what it was. In an interview, Corey Taylor said that he would never work with Rick Rubin again because that's who this one was produced by. And they said he takes on too many projects at once. He's overpaid, and he doesn't do the work. And if you're a producer, you should fucking be there, he says. Which I agree. I feel like Rick Rubin, you know, he's done good work in musical projects, but once your name gets on a higher status level, then basically I feel like you're not doing the work that you would have done, you know, back then, and you would have made less. So, and then there's also, you know, the tear up in here. So, I imagine when the repress comes out that it'll look just as good, except for it'll be on colored vinyl. This copy does sound fucking amazing. I love this album. I love anything Slipknot. Just because it's not my favorite Slipknot album does not mean it's not a good album. But I do remember, I will be honest with you guys, and I will say this. When this album first came out, I was super, super excited for it because we had the very first album, which honestly made me love Slipknot and made me the fan that I am today of them. And I've loved them since they first came out. Like, fucking amazing band. And then we had Isla, which was such a fucking heavy album, and it was intense, and it was like one of the best albums ever that they've ever done. And then we got this, which was a completely different thing. And of course, you know how people expect better, or, you know, kind of like the same thing that they've been doing. I wasn't the biggest fan of this when this first came out. I was actually pretty fucking annoyed, and everybody was listening to it. And of course, this goes to like back in like early 2000s. This was in 2004. I remember buying this right before I graduated high school. I remember buying it the day it came out. Everybody and their mother wanted to listen to this repeat nonstop, and it got annoying to me. Same thing happened, I think, when I was in like 10th grade and Eminem's third album came out. I believe it was like the Eminem Show or some shit like that. But either way, like albums like that would just irritate me to the point where everybody just kept listening to it nonstop. It's like they wouldn't listen to anything else. So like every day when I get up, I don't listen to the same albums every day. I do, but I switch it up. So I don't listen. So like, okay, yeah, one day I'll put on this album, and then the next day I'll put on a different Slipknot album, and then the next day I'll go do a different album. And it just changes up because I like a lot of different types of music. I don't like all the same stuff. And I've always loved Slipknot, but I believe All Hope Is Gone is a better album than this one. And that's actually what really restored my faith in Slipknot and made me start listening to them more again when that album came out. And then Chapter 5 came out. I wasn't highly impressed on that one, but it is a great album. I'm not going to knock it, you know what I'm saying? I love anything Slipknot. And then, was it We Are Not Your Kind came out? That was an amazing album. So, I mean, they got a couple in there. And plus, the Great Chapter, that was more like, you know, them recovering from death. And it was just an album that needed to be done. And they're not going to really, you know what I'm saying? Bands got to do what they got to do to get their emotions out. And I believe that this showed their emotion. And so then, you know, working with Ross Robinson on the first two albums, I really wish they would work with Ross Robinson again on another album. That would be fucking dope. Like, to get them back with him to produce one more fucking album would be insane. Same thing with, like, Korn. That would be cool as hell. And I know that it's been a long time since they've, you know, produced an album by them. But, you know, give it a shot. You know, I mean, he's a good producer. He made some of their best work ever come out of them. So I feel like, you know, going with him, it's not a lose-lose situation. It's probably more like a win-win. And if you can actually get an original copy of these, because I did notice that prices have started to slowly go down, snag a copy of this if you can. I don't know if the repress is going to be from the same source. I know a lot of people are telling me that Iowa is probably a digital because it's got more dead wax on it and the original has less. To be honest with you, I haven't listened to them back to back yet. All I can say is the only time I listened to the reissue of Iowa, which is on my Audio Technica out here and on my 4 Samsung speakers that I got, it does sound amazing. I got a order form 2 Red M cartridge on there and it sounds great. I have no complaints. Honestly, I'm just happy that I have 2 copies of the same album, and it's an expensive album. I probably paid way overpriced for it because after that they start to go down because, you know, the reissues and everything like that. And I feel like that's why I was able to snag All Hope Is Gone for as much as I got it for. So if you can find them for a decent price and, you know, somebody's sitting on a copy and they want to get rid of it, snag it up. You know what I'm saying? Get it while you can. And on that note, I will give you guys a little hint. So I've done many videos on this artist, and I kind of ran out of like stuff to do videos on for the most part because I haven't got anything new by him yet. But last night I found an album online and I snagged it for dirt fucking cheap, and it normally goes for a couple $100. The lowest I've seen it is $100. Dude, I snagged that shit for 30 fucking bucks. And when I get it here and it shows up, I'm going to do a vinyl review on it. Even though it's an album I've done before, but I'm super excited to show you guys this. I'm super excited to have it in my collection. And it's one that I've been wanting to get for a long time. Probably longer than most albums. But the thing is the price was not right for me. I sent an offer in last night. They accepted my offer. I paid for it. Bam, done. 35 bucks. $30 for the album, $5 for shipping. So, anyways, if you guys get a chance to listen to this album, you have not heard this album, definitely check it out. It's not Slipknot's best work, but it's definitely a masterpiece on its own. I feel like each album has its own unique style and its own unique way of approaching, you know, how they play their instruments and what feelings they're feeling at the time and what they're going through. And this is just another one of those great classic albums. And if I could, there was a special record store day release of this, and it was on clear vinyl, and I would love a copy of that, but unfortunately I never got that. I've been trying to find one on like eBay or Discogs or wherever for a decent price, but they just go for so much, and this was expensive enough. I mean, honestly, I'm just, you know, looking forward to get the reissue so I can at least have a clean, you know, jacket for this. And who knows, if they make them good enough, might be able to replace this one. You know what I'm saying? But I'll probably just keep it in this one anyways, because this is the original one. It's the one it came in. I'll probably buy at least a couple copies of the other one. If anybody is looking for copies of Volume 3 when it does come out, hit me up. I plan on buying more than enough, so I do plan on selling a couple copies, just like I did Iowa. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and hope you all have a great day. Alright? Peace.